Last time we left off, Robin had just been killed, and something along those lines. Something. Spoilers. At least we think Robin is killed. I don't know. No spoilers for me, please, because I have no idea what's going on. I know a couple of things, but not everything. So maybe I will use Blazer because I kind of want Blazer in the party.
I'm on it. Well. Ah, friend. My expression wasn't much better than yours when I first saw this.
First?
Your eyes aren't deceiving you. It's her. The famous singer, Robin. Well, first of all, can I just say that this had nothing to do with me? I'm just an unlucky bystander here. The family can testify for me. If you don't believe me, just ask anyone in the Bloodhound family. They hate me and they hate the IPC, so they'd never lie. This is not where the crime happened. What I showed you was a memory. The most basic light cone manifesting tech. Authorized by the Garden of Recollection and owned by the IPC.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. So it was a memory.
Did you really think the Galaxy Rangers were outsiders this whole time? Penacony has made a solemn commitment to protect the safety of anyone inside a family dream. Any person in distress will be forcibly awakened and safely returned to reality. What gives them the confidence to make such conclusive statements? Because behind this promise is the harmony. The family's Dreamweavers link up their minds together to construct an unbreakable defensive line. Breaking through this line of defense to create death in the dreamscape. Not even a memo keeper could do that without the family's permission. Who could have done it, friend? The only one is her. The girl who calls herself a Galaxy Ranger. An imposter. An unsought guest. An emanator who hides her true identity.
Okay.
Ifrit's death was a foregone conclusion. And Robin? Her misfortune was staring right at her. Who will be the next to die?
Just one side of the story, buddy.
It's fine. Listen to your gut. Building trust always takes time, and I'm willing to wait. I just hope you realize that wherever that legacy is concerned, covert plans are already underway throughout Penacony. Everyone's got their own agenda.
Well, yeah. Even you. And even me.
Careful you don't get stuck on the wrong side. If I were you, I'd keep my distance from Acheron. After all, any schemes out in the open are always going to be better than a monster in the shadows, right?
Sussy.
Who's to say there isn't an even deeper conspiracy lurking beneath the surface?
True.
Memo Keeper, I think our little deal is finished.
Aventurine is telling the truth. This memory is a real one, and there's no sign of any distortion.
Well, that assumes I trust your opinion, which I'm still sussy on you, Black Swan, because you were lying to me this whole time.
The IPC is not the Garden, and there are real limits to what they can actually do. But you know all this. Friend, let's not beat around the bush here. The thing is, I want to reach out personally to team up with the Astral Express. I told you I'm just not interested in scrambling for the legacy. I just came to Penacony for work. I'm here to retrieve some lost property for the IPC, if you catch my drift. I'm talking ownership of this frontier prison.
Oh shit! They're here to reclaim the prison from the. Wait, what? Why? Why?
This has all become a bad debt thanks to the cancer of all worlds. The IPC has tried sitting down for negotiations time and again, but the family...
Stellaron. This is the first I've heard of a Stellaron here. Wait, so there is a Stellaron here? Wait, is the Stellaron the meme death thing?
You have no idea how difficult these people are to deal with. Put it this way. They've hushed up the existence of death before.
Yeah, so death is the Stellaron.
So definitely cover up any news about Robin's death. It'll just quietly float off like a bubble and pop. Nobody ever being the wiser. That's not fair, right? So then, friend, I need your help. I have but only one goal. The family's front door is like a high wall, and to tear the whole thing down, I'll have to dig out a few chunks first. Once I find a weak point, the IPC will have plenty of means.
Have I been paying attention? What am I missing, Noodle? Go ahead, explain to me what I'm missing here, so that I can then either refute you or be like, oh yeah, okay, I missed that.
Now we have our chance. So long as we can get to the truth behind her death, we can have justice for Robin. While also gaining a valuable bargaining chip for bringing the family to the table. Truly,
We're not going to talk about Firefly? Okay, that's cool.
I've been investigating and making lots of friends all over Penacony precisely for this very moment.
Is that so?
This tragic news would be extremely bad for the family, so they'll be doing everything they can to stop it leaking, especially to the IPC. But I trust that there are still a few factions that remain exceptions, and that's why I need you all. The reputation of the Astral Express precedes you, and the Harmony will give you the fairest of appraisals. You get to find out really what happened and seek justice, and I get to put it toward completing my mission for the IPC. It's what you call a win-win situation.
Oh, the Stellar isn't there anymore? Okay, they did not make that very clear at all. But I guess that makes sense.
Don't worry, just head back and talk things over with your companions. That navigator is really smart.
Mostly because that was the first time I'd actually heard them actually even mention a Stellaron in the story.
Look, here's my contact details. If you come to any conclusions, call me. Oh, and take this. A thorough investigation can always use a little more funding. Don't mention it. So long, friend. I really am looking forward to uncovering the truth about death with everyone.
Aventurine just sauntered off. He really doesn't mean to force it, but something still seems off.
God. Oh, I forgot. I still cannot stand his voice. I'm sorry. I feel so bad. I feel like an asshole every time because I know it's probably just like an affectation, but the way he says S's bothers the shit out of me. Oh, I'm sorry. It makes me do it too. It's like over enunciates sounds every time, and oh man, that whole sentence. Oh, that hurt my ears.
Black Swan.
Black Swan. Like, you see that swan? Like, ugh. Ugh, it irritates me. It's one of those situations I want more voice acting for the main character, and I'm glad it's here, but at the same time, like, I kind of also don't. I would rather just not.
He doesn't know about Miss Firefly yet, but judging by your reaction, he may have noticed something going on and deliberately shifted topics to the truth of death to try and pull you in line with his way of thinking.
Okay.
That's quick thinking and very sound logic. Aventurine is no fool, and working with him definitely has its dangers.
The nameless cannot turn a blind eye to evil. What?
That is something I agree on. Anyway, be careful out there. There's more than one way to blaze a trail. In a dark forest beset by wolves, ensuring your own escape to safety should be your primary concern. As for the other questions, I'm not sure the two cases were committed by the same culprit, but that massive wound looked like its winged blade. We've all witnessed it in action before. Plus, it seems unlikely that there would be two lethal entities loose in the dreamscape.
I mean, unless Akron is also the enemy in the dreamscape at the same time, and in the same, like, we've seen them in the same place at the same time, though. She just didn't fight it. So it could just be another entity of nihility. It could be something from one of her trailers. I don't know. It's, again, this goes back to the whole who's the monster, right?
Sorry, I can't answer that question. That ranger is shrouded in mystery. I'm afraid no one is capable of providing an answer. But without a doubt, she is the most special guest at this banquet. It's like Aventurine said just then. It's best to keep your distance from her. Two victims appearing one after the other in a very short time span, in and of itself, that's very unusual. Two possibilities. The collapse of Penacony's dreamscape has started speeding up, making death extremely agitated and weakening the family's protections. Or everything has been planned out and executed by someone. If someone has chosen these victims deliberately, first a smuggler, then a family celebrity, then this murderer's motives are worth thoroughly chewing over. It's all happened so quickly, I can only make a conjecture. After leaving here, go have a chat with your companions. I hope you can clarify the source of this confusion. Come this way. It's a short walk. Don't get lost.
Why do I have a feeling this is not going to be a short walk at all?
This way. This is where we part ways. All of this is like a nightmare. Unfortunately, the remembrance doesn't lie. What we just saw is the reality that happened, and it won't fade from our minds just because we wake up. But follow your heart and don't be afraid. We all walk through this world casting shadows of different lengths, and ultimately, all we leave behind are precious memories. Hold on just a sec. There you go. A small parting gift. If one day you unfortunately fall into the deep waters of the memory zone, and there's no memo keeper to join you, hopefully it can guide you on my behalf. I also pay great attention to the ways of the world. Just think of this as an apology from me for hiding something from you.
Thank you.
Then, I've something private to take care of regarding that Galaxy Ranger. Let's leave things there, shall we? What fascinating memories will you bring for me next time we meet? I sincerely look forward to them.
Genshin has this constant thing as does Star Rail, and I assume it's in Honkai Impact 3rd as well, where female characters will constantly do this, where they just put their hand like right here, and they're like, oh. Like it happens all the time. It's such a weird animation. Nobody does this. She's a liar. The Clucky statue.
A family rep. Is Himiko okay?
I forgot how cool. It's funny because I actually haven't really ran around in the world yet, and I don't think I haven't even done the full. Damn, there's 32. There's 32. Holy shit. That's crazy. I'm behind. I am definitely behind.
So much has happened. I should take a moment to gather my thoughts and wait for everyone to arrive.
Some time ago, deep in memory zone.
Oh. That blade now, Ranger.
Do you still dream, Hunter? Of those slain by your hand?
Days ago, Everflame Mansion. Okay. Shit.
It appears the outcome has already been determined.
We're still alive. As are you. You still have room to make a choice. Leave the music box behind. And then go.
So she did it intentionally. She came intentionally. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't like she randomly found them. This was somehow intentional.
Choice. The bloody trail of the destruction leaves no room for hesitation.
Vatora's fire demon. Even if you sacrifice your life for that eon, you won't get special treatment.
Duke Inferno comes back as an actual emanator. Because he's not, like, that's the thing. Duke Inferno actually has no association with the destruction. Like, he follows the destruction, but the destruction has never looked at him. Ever, if I remember correctly.
Ranger, you tread the narrow path of the hunt. You could never understand.
Joke's on you, buddy.
We come from the fire and are born bathed in fire. We spread, burn, and destroy until all the kindling is burned out and we leave only ashes on the ground.
Yeah, and then Nihility swoops up those ashes, buddy.
Burning forms the entire life of a fire being, from the beginning to the end. We are born to die just to put into practice a profile of another universal truth. All things are created for the destruction.
Okay.
Your companions don't seem to think so. They fight for your chance at survival.
They are my children, and just as I was, they are flames that have yet to burn my heart. They're still young, and I don't blame them.
Interesting.
But my flames are faint, and time is running out. Can you see the planet of festivities in the distance? I plan to bring Purgatory with me there, and before that, I must surpass you.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen, buddy.
Why?
Because on the path they have forged, you have traveled farther than I have.
So oftentimes, if we look at the trailers for Acheron, every time they are talked about, anytime they is referenced in the game, it's usually talking about Ix. Maybe I'm projecting because I know things already, I guess, but that's interesting. He first says she follows the path of Hunt. Now he's saying you've traveled farther than he has. I don't know.
Emanator.
Oh. But he knows she's an emanator, but does he believe she's an emanator of the Hunt? He wants to be an emanator of destruction. Maybe he's referring to destruction. I hate when games do that, I'll be honest with you. I want things to be a little more clear and less ambiguous. Ambiguity does not make a story good. I just want to throw that out there. Being ambiguous for no reason is bad.
You cannot hide your true identity. Draw that sword, for we shall indeed remain here, bound to fight a decisive battle to the death, for I choose this.
Interesting.
Destruction is intense, but brief. To cravenly cling to life is to endure an endlessly prolonged existence.
By the way, I love Duke Inferno's voice so much. So if I remember correctly, because I remember looking up this, his English voice actor is the same voice actor for Madara Uchiha in Naruto. And he's got that supreme gravitas to his voice. It's one of the reasons I was really upset that they axed him off screen, because I was really hoping for a constant Duke Inferno boss lines. So I hope he's not actually dead, but he probably dead.
Even if the answer turns out to be your own destruction.
What is important is not the answer, but that it exists, just as you exist. Everything exists to be destroyed. Emanators are no different.
Problem is, destruction does not pick good wife. Like, it had one waifu, Fantilia. We haven't seen any others so far. I'm just saying. Ix knows how to pick his waifus.
Just as even sweet dreams may be born of the void, the so-called impossible is merely something that is yet to happen.
Also, I find it amusing that we're in a flashback. We're in a flashback in a flashback.
All right. I accept.
You shall witness the most brilliant and intense fire in existence. May this flame illuminate the farthest reaches of your bottomless dream.
A bottomless dream. Yes, that's right. But you've made one small mistake. This blade remains in its scabbard not out of pity or scorn. It's a personal secret that I don't want to disclose, but perhaps out of reciprocity.
Reciprocity. What the fuck does that word mean again? I know I've heard that word before, but my brain is just not. Reciprocity, the practice of exchanging things with others for mutual benefit, especially privileges granted by one country organization to another. It's a personal secret that I don't want to disclose, perhaps out of reciprocity. Okay, out of a mutual exchange between the two of them. Okay, using big words here. We're using big words here. All right, cool. She says this as her hand gently rests on the hilt of the sword.
I'll reveal the truth to you. The hunt is not the path I truly follow.
The reveal!
May death be the end of your boundless dream, guiding you back to the waking world. I still see them in my dreams. Hold it. Your time hasn't come yet.
My time.
I've seen many clever disguises that can conceal appearances, but they can never cover up who a person really is. And you're no different. You had no desire to kill the Trailblazer. You only did what you did to drive me and the Memo Keeper away, but why? Did Destiny's slave make you do it?
Damn! Calling Elio out.
You know, Elio.
I thought this is just the kind of thing that'd get written into your script.
My script has always been brief. Other than that, anything beyond that is unnecessary. He knows my nature. There is but a single destiny from which no one can escape. And until then, I hold the privilege of choice. However, you appear to be ignorant of this, so it's time for me to inquire. Who exactly are you?
Not your enemy, perhaps.
That's not what I asked.
I don't deserve your curiosity. Loners wandering the cosmos always have their secrets. Take me. I'm wanted by the IPC, so it's little wonder that I know something about the Stellaron Hunters.
The IPC is the ultimate villain of the entire series.
Maybe I can help.
What reason would you have for doing that?
I tend to forget things. Which is why, rather than memories, I'm accustomed to using my emotions to capture what I normally wouldn't otherwise. So, I know who is inside that cold armor.
It's Butterfly.
How about it? Ready to take off that armor and sit down for a talk?
It's not yet time. I don't need help, but I can give you a suggestion that would make things better for you and me. If your goal is the Watchmaker's legacy, then go look into the family. Not only are they covering up the existence of death, but they're burying the past and the truth about what happens inside the dreamscape.
Okay, yeah.
Already on it.
And the Astral Express is no enemy of yours.
I know that. I just never expected to hear you say it. What's next then? The Trailblazer's been taken by Black Swan. Will you go look for him?
No need for that. No harm in mentioning that Elio's only given me one instruction. Get all of the Astral Express to track down the Grand Legacy.
Interesting.
I tried settling this in an easier and more direct way. But as you can see, here I am, confronting you. I failed. Can't ever go against the script.
Interesting. So wait, Sam tried to go against the script? Huh. Am I understanding that correctly? Like Sam, Firefly Sam tried to go against the script and ended up basically right where they were going to be anyways, probably?
The so-called impossible is merely something that has yet to happen.
True. Nothing is impossible, just improbable.
Before we split, can I ask you one more thing?
No, goodbye. Flies off.
Is there anything else in your script about me? I'd like to know what kind of footnote I get to leave in that future foreseen by destiny.
Interesting. So now I have the concept I have in my head now is that the red words, the red letters, the red terms, phrases are her. It's not her Acheron talking. It's the Acheron within talking. The nihility, like the evil Acheron or something along those lines. I don't know how else to put it. The null Acheron. Specifically referring to her past or something along those lines. I don't know. Again, vague for vague's sake, it feels sometimes.
Not a thing came up.
Interesting.
I knew it.
You are not a part of Destiny's plan.
Hang on. I don't.
Don't. What?
Your first question was, do you still have dreams about everyone who died because of you?
Damn.
I don't. Never have.
Doesn't dream?
I was born without the ability to dream. I live for this cold, harsh reality. For a little light. And to burn. To keep on burning. Until I turn to ash.
Damn. That is. That's heavy. That's heavy. That's rough. That's so rough. Damn. Poor Sam. Poor Firefly. That's all terrible.
So, I really envy you.
Damn.
Is that so? Then you're already living in the waking world.
What an interesting conversation. Reveals a lot about these two characters. I'm definitely gonna have to watch like analysis videos and other little bits. So a flashback within a flashback.
We heard about Miss Firefly from Black Swan, but we never expected Miss Robin to...
I'm sorry that I couldn't be with you then.
Reality cruises on in Serenity, while undercurrents bubble up from the dreamscape. Just like that memo keeper said. Stay strong, everyone. We can still do what we can for them. Starting with finding the murderer.
Well, it's very serious now.
Let's
Okay with
recap
this.
everything then.
I don't need a recap.
Trailblazer just reminded me of something. March, do you remember what that family rep who negotiated with us said?
Indeed, we trust that the Nameless has nothing to do with this. And we also beg each of you to help assist the family in verifying the identity of the deceased. That's how it was put, in reference to Miss Firefly.
Looking back, he seemed a little evasive at the time. And he also failed to mention anything about the earlier murder, too.
The family's planning on covering up all news about Miss Robin's death. If news gets out, Penacony is going to turn into a bloodbath.
Is it? Why would it I'm confused why it would turn into a bloodbath. Are people just gonna go fucking starve, cranking mad in the streets? Oh my god, Robin's dead! Stab, 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 stab. What? What? Why would it turn into a bloodbath? That's what? I'm so confused by that. That makes no sense. That's what?
But the murder that followed closely after was obviously beyond their anticipation. The family had to try and turn things to their advantage by bringing in reinforcements from outside. The Charmony Festival is nearly here. They must be snowed under.
I don't know why, but now I'm just imagining like various different fandoms of like different like pop stars and superstars, like the Swifties or the Beehive for like Beyonce and all that other stuff, just fucking going crazy because they hear that their celebrity died, so they just start killing everybody.
It may also be that Miss Firefly's murder had so many witnesses that it couldn't be covered up. So they went with the flow and let more people on the scene to control the situation.
So many witnesses? There was 3 people in the room. There was me, Swan, Acheron, and that's it. That's literally. What do you mean so many witnesses it couldn't be covered up? March and Himiko weren't there. We mean so many witnesses.
After all, the nature of the 2 murders is fundamentally different. The family's first protective measure should be against malicious actors among the guests, such as that IPC envoy.
Indeed. He was particularly concerned about that Galaxy Ranger.
Are we missing the forest for the trees here? I always felt that Aventurine's reasons for accusing Miss Acheron were highly subtle. Can we believe him?
I feel like it's a double negative.
At this point, I'm afraid the only ones we can trust are ourselves.
Nah, I don't trust you, Himiko. I don't trust March. I trust Welt. I don't trust March. I don't trust anybody but Welt.
Try to gather intel first and then list all the possible outcomes we can. Then we go through them, eliminating contradictions one by one. The fewer facts remaining, the closer we are to the truth.
Just don't do some weird recreation event where March tries to voice all the characters and we end up finding out nothing about somebody. A la Locha Quest.
Still got this sense of foreboding. It's like we're stuck in a whirlpool, spinning around that legacy even after everything that's happened.
This time we're playing the role of a real detective. But before we start, what are we going to say to the family and Aventurine?
As I see things, the family harbors no ill will towards the Astral Express. If they didn't trust the crew, they wouldn't have casually commissioned outsiders to investigate a case that's in all likelihood.
I mean, they could
a
just
scam.
have us take the fall later. That's the point.
Plus, this is the family's turf. Teaming up with them should make things easier for us in the future. As for that Aventurine, well, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
He's complex. He deliberately slow-played his hand during negotiations while running circles around us all the while. He appealed convincingly to both reason and emotion. It wasn't forced, but the intent was obvious.
Okay.
Still, it's good to have contacts among all this uncertainty. Aventurine showed his skills, and as far as our interests are alike, he can become a reliable ally. We also need to keep a certain distance from the family. Never let them get too close. Teaming up with the IPC helps balance that out. If either side makes a move, we have the option to pull out.
So, you suggest accepting Aventurine's proposal to team up?
Yes. It's risky, but we can only wait until both sides have played their cards before making any further judgments.
I get why, but there's a whole lot of bad guys and girls around here, and I'm worried about getting stabbed in the back. He's been bullied a few times now, and I can't stand it anymore.
I hate March.
You're like a broken record.
Oh, and you're not. My God.
Forget about it. Just let me keep an eye on him. If that doesn't work, we can just turn the tables and use him instead.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Then, could you please reply to Aventurine? Everyone, take this time to put together your thoughts.
Always open to pull for your game account. Oh, I love this character. I love Aventurine. Oh. Not Zary, thank you very much for this subscription with Prime. 2 months. Let's go. Thank you very much. Oopalin, thank you for the Redeem Hydrate. Wonderful, your response came faster than I expected. From now on, we'll all be in this together. Here's a small something for our upcoming partnership. Cool. Thanks, boss. That's it. That's a lot of money. I'm not gonna call him boss. I'm just gonna say that's it. Like much. You know, okay, rich boy. Let me see what you've got. No way. He actually sends more credits. What the fuck? Does anticipate the family is going to sweep Robin's case under the rug for as long as they can, so her case is only a secret between us. The other case, that depends on what excuses they have prepared for you guys. I'll take my leave for now, and I look forward to outstanding performance from you guys. Yep.
It looks like Aventurine
Yep.
is happy with this.
You actually get 2,000 credits too. Nice.
Let's tell everyone about it.
That's great. That's great. That's terrible. But hey, I got 200 credits out of it. I got 200k credits out of it, so I'm not going to complain. Lost Generation? Well, let's talk to March first, because she's the most annoying.
I hope it's not too soon to bring it up, but I feel like Miss Robin isn't actually dead, but that she's still alive and well. Somewhere. But everything's just some horrible...
Regardless of what you choose, he gives the extra 100k? Gotcha.
Because aren't we supposed to be inside a dream? How could someone die in a beautiful dreamscape like this? Shouldn't only good things happen here? Whenever I see the Grand Theater, I just can't stop all these thoughts from flooding my head.
I mean, with that creepy ass music that's playing right now, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I want to push her off this railing too. I'm right there with you.
So
Oop.
lucky to have our crew, the family and the IPC. Everyone has their own plans going on. Everyone's still having a great time out there on the streets. Nobody knows what's happened. It's all so unreal. As if Firefly, Miss Robin, and us were all outsiders from another world.
I mean, we are outsiders from another world. Murders happen and people aren't aware of it all the time.
But then I'd be just like everyone else out on the streets.
Yeah, good. Go be like everyone else on the streets. Guess what? Bad shit happens in the world. My problem with March is the way she approaches things is from a very naive standpoint. She likes to pretend like she's not, but it's terrible. You know the VA did a good job when you hate the character? I don't think it's intentional. I don't think it's intentionally supposed to be, I don't like this character. I think March is supposed to be endearing. That's her character. Her character is supposed to be endearing. She's not endearing. She's just annoying. She's far too childish for my personality.
Aventurine's goal is to try and recapture Penacony for IPC. To do this, he'll have to bring down the family in its entirety to create a big enough chance.
So, to what I said, right? The VA's direction and the lines themselves are what make the character annoying. Her general personality that they have written for her character. The voice type that they have asked of the VA and that is given to the character compounds on top of that to make it more annoying. So it's not like I have anything personally against the VA of the character. I have a problem with the character.
The existence of death will be covered up by the family. So how does he plan on taking them down? It's got to be something important enough that everyone will notice. But it also can't be anything too out in the open.
My problems with March is 1, she stopped Dan from kissing us in the beginning, and 2, she's an optimist. I don't need positive energy. I want like Acheron personality with Swan's wits instead. Yeah, I'm not a like. Optimism is fine in small doses. A constant optimist is annoying as fuck because the world just doesn't work like that. And as someone who's basically more or less a realist, it just irritates me. I'm incredibly realistic and pragmatic, so it irritates me whenever I have to listen to someone just be overly optimistic, and it's just like, you just don't understand how the world works, and so I'm just gonna move on. So, oh wow, him goes a lot. I'm not pessimist, realist, or optimist. I'm just stupid. You know what? Simple would be great. Unfortunately, the world does not work like that.
An attack on the hotel guests? Unlikely. Penacony's guests include quite a few bigwigs known throughout the whole cosmos. People who not even the IPC would dare take lightly. Aventurine is a shrewd merchant, and there's no way he doesn't know that. He's definitely going for the family, and it's just a matter of how. The harmony is strong in Penacony, and almost impossible to take on head-to-head. The fact that the IPC dispatched Aventurine shows that they do not intend to simply play by the book here. Aventurine has devoted considerable attention to her. But this Galaxy Ranger, we know hardly anything about her, and can't rush to any conclusions.
Himiko's little boob mole that she has right here. I keep looking because I'm looking, right? I keep thinking it's like something on my screen. So I keep reaching over and be like, oh, the screen. It's not. It's just her boob mole.
I was also considering this possibility, especially
now I noticed it. Yep.
Because
boob mole.
he respects you so much, and has sought you out before a few times. Perhaps he's also unsure.
I don't know how you can't notice it. I mean, I'm staring at her chest constantly. It's right there. How could I not? This is her eyes are up here moment, and my eyes are not looking up at her. My eyes are not looking at hers. Yeah, it's not a dead pixel. It happened earlier too, so it's there. Swan has a mole on her back, so.
Just speculating. In any case, we have to be careful when handling Aventurine. He's skilled at reading people and discerning the right moment to strike. Also,
I like beauty marks.
He's clearly a born gambler if he's willing to go all in to win.
Oh, yeah. Nope. Boob mole. Right there. And then Black Swan has one right here. Right there. Little things.
Aventurine said something that concerns me.
Welt. Possibly one of my favorite, if not my favorite character in this game.
Robin without any evidence whatsoever, but said nothing about her connection to that memory zone meme or why he was stalking you.
Correct.
It was a groundless accusation, which only serves to make him seem more suspicious. Maybe Aventurine's goal was never to gain our trust. Maybe he wanted to foster a feeling of enmity towards Acheron and make the situation more volatile. 2 birds, 1 stone. However, I asked Don Hung back on the Express to confirm that story about the Annihilation Gang and the lost messages. It wasn't something that Aventurine made up out of thin air. You've met her many times now. What's your impression of Miss Acheron?
Well, some of my favorite about this game is, and favorite person is probably in general is Blade. Blade's pretty cool. Weird, I can't seem to remember. She's a very mysterious woman. Oh. Weird, I can't seem to remember.
That fits the stereotype of a Galaxy Ranger to a T. They're eccentric, unpredictable, and fond of being alone. No wonder she's a suspect. Looks like Adventurine doesn't...
So is she actually a Galaxy Ranger? She just doesn't follow Hunt, she follows Nihility? Interesting.
Family's assignment for now. Himiko, what do you think?
Explains why she's like a Nihility crit DPS though.
Among our current clues, the 2 murders that he witnessed are the most directly connected. I suggest starting here. One thing I'm curious about is, if a person dies in a dream, what happens to them in real life? Seeing as we're at the family's behest, why not pop back out to reality and verify Miss Firefly's situation?
Oh, we already
back at the
did that.
hotel? Perhaps we could also make a few inquiries about her while out there.
How about we split off into 2 groups? There are still some things worth focusing on inside the dreamscape. I'll investigate those, and we can link up again.
Take March with you. Whoever goes with me, just don't bring March with me, please.
Worth focusing on? Oh. No problem. I'll leave it to you then.
Huh? Aw, I thought I'd finally get to see Himeko and Mr. Yang go out on a mission together. Oh well. Take care then, Mr. Yang.
I will. Keep in touch.
Yang about to go body somebody?
Honored guest, could you come out for a second?
Yo.
I'd be embarrassed too, getting stared at like that.
Forgive me. My name is Welt Yang. I'm one of the crew members on the Astral Express. I believe you've met my colleagues.
Well,
Is there something about my name?
first, don't you want to know my name?
I already do, Miss Acheron. You're a prominent figure in Penacony.
What are they saying about me?
Some claim that you're the real culprit behind these murders, that the Annihilation Gang's tragic fate at the banquet was a result of your blade, and that you're now attempting to unleash another bloodbath on Penacony.
The Annihilation Gang.
Ifrit of Everflame Mansion.
Tragic fate. That Duke turned his dying body to flames and sacrificed his life as a martyr. He was a determined and heroic pathstrider. Not even a villain should be disparaged like this.
Interesting.
And what's more, there were plenty of suspects invited. Do they really think that a blade is more dangerous than that black hole you're wielding?
Oh shit, she just called him out on his own powers. Yo, wait a minute. Yo, hold on. You can't just do that. You can't just walk up to Welt and be like, I know about your powers. I know the weight. I know the weight of the thing that you carry. That's actually really fucking funny to me. I don't know why, but that's so hilarious to me. It's just like, yeah, I know about it. Oh shit.
Keen intuition. Not even the family managed to point out the truth behind this cane. So you must surely know, Miss Acheron, that peering into a black hole is not a wise move.
Oh,
As a
shit.
potential threat, your knowledge of us has reached uncomfortable depths.
Oh shit. Well, it's like, bitch, what you looking at? Don't look at me. Holy shit.
Reveal your true identity and intentions. Otherwise, brace yourself for gravitational disintegration.
What the fuck? Oh shit. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Welt is not fucking around. Welt is not fucking around. I am here for this. I am so here for this. Hell yeah. No. My respect for this Giga Chat went up 1000% with that line. Yeah, no, absolutely. Reveal your true identity and intentions. Otherwise, brace yourself for gravitational disintegration. Damn. I need to get that as a sound clip for something. He is not fucking around. I love it. That's great. that is a line. That is such a good line from him. It's such a serious line from a character who's like, frankly, like, he's generally kind of a serious character, but he is along for the adventure and the story, and like he's a total fucking nerd, right? But like he turns around in this moment and is like, brace yourself for gravitational disintegration. That is a bar. How did nobody spoil this one for me? This I'm surprised I haven't seen this everywhere. I'm so glad that wasn't spoiled. That's great.
That shouldn't be necessary. But if it makes the Nameless feel less defensive, I'll be happy to abide.
And Acheron real quick, like, that's not necessary. It's all right. It's all right. Not necessary. I'll tell you what you want to know. It's all good. We don't no gravitational disintegration needed. Woo. I need to learn more about Welt's, more about the weight of Welt's power. I do need to actually learn more about it. I'm gonna watch some more videos on Welt specifically because I want to know more. I love characters that are secret badasses. It's great.
Believe it or not, Galaxy Ranger, Acheron. Those are the names I go by to this very day. My trip to Penacony is solely to fulfill an old...
Stop doing this hand thing. It makes no fucking sense. Stop it.
I'm here for the Watchmaker's legacy. And that's it. I think I've been honest enough.
Creation. If he can understand it, he can create it. Okay.
Still unwilling to reveal your true identity?
we about to gravitational disintegration you if you don't keep talking.
It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I can't. I've come so far, and I can't sum up all of that in just a few words. Everyone has their own unspeakable past. Secrets that they don't want to be revealed. And I won't be asking any more questions, such as why the Astral Express is roaming around the cosmos with a Stellaron on board. Is he okay? That memo keeper didn't do anything, right?
Aw, Acheron is worried about us. And also, at the beginning of the last quest, the first part of this quest line, when we went through security, they didn't find the Stellaron on us, right? If I remember correctly, like there was like a whole line about that, if I remember correctly. Because we have a Stellaron inside us, right? So.
Let's stick with the topic. Gaining my trust all depends on how much you're willing to reveal.
Damn, Welt is not backing down. Welt is so serious right now. I don't know how I feel about this. It's great.
I've run around many different Penacony dreamscapes just to try and find that legacy. And during this period, I came into contact with quite a few guests. In the process, I gradually came to realize the secret of Penacony may be closely related to the Trailblaze. That's why I've come to ask for your help. I don't have enough proof yet, but I'd like to speculate something. The source of all tragedy lies within the family. If you could trust me, we could find the proof to support this claim together. Mr. Yang, I think you've come to the same conclusion, haven't you?
Let's leave it at that. For now, I'll choose to believe that you
Bro,
have no hostility.
I don't know how they did it with like in-game animation, but I literally felt the weight of the room disappear. Right? Like that moment where he closes his eyes, you could like there's a sound in the background. I don't think that was him breathing. There was this almost like sound. I'm not sure if that was a sigh from him or it was just background noise. But there was this sound, and then suddenly, as soon as he opened his eyes again, it was like, all right, we're good. It's like the whole though I felt it. They did a good job in this scene, both with the words and the sound design and everything along those lines.
Share your findings with me and me alone. I don't want vague conjecture to interfere with other people's judgments before we find solid proof.
Okay, now it's back. Okay, nope, he's still very, very serious. Interesting. Very serious man. He's not Wealth is just not fucking around. Okay, never mind. You know what? I mean, I felt like the weight had gone down, but then he opened his mouth again, and I'm like, oh shit. Okay. Acheron just yes daddied Welt. I'm just saying that's what that was. Whatever you say, that's literally what that was.
By the way, would you like something to drink? Before we go, how about 2 cups of Wake the Heck Up? No, 4 cups. Because the conversation coming up will last forever.
Interesting. So Welt's doing his own little investigation with Acheron. It's great. It's fantastic. I love it.
I've been watching her closely for a while now, and the first invitation was in the banquet hall of the hotel. She just sat in one corner, keeping silent, chugging down a couple cups of Wake the Heck Up. I told her it's a pungent, bitter beverage, not the taste of sweet dreams, only for people allergic to Soul Glad. And she said,
Really? But I don't taste any difference at all between them.
Now some Black Swan stuff. Okay.
the guest rooms are charmingly minimalist. An aesthetic you share, Miss Acheron. It's a cinch, this music box. The invitation received by the Annihilation Gang. There are latent memories that linger on it yet. You see, memories of you are not yours alone. They travel in other people, other things. I know much, and I can predict even more. With some help, the dead can be made to speak. The Annihilation Gang, that band of desperados who all disappeared after meeting you. What exactly happened to them? Well, let me reveal all.
More flashbacks and flashbacks.
12. Dreamscape 12. Father, I dedicate this to you.
Well done. Dubra. Wherever they go, shall be met by annihilation.
There it is. It's hazy, but it's Ifrit's voice. The other one is probably his progeny. This is the residual memory from when the invitation was first delivered. They were abruptly interrupted. Then, what happened next is...
They sought refuge in a land of sleep, merely wishing for undisturbed rest, away from the storms. Children of the flame, this marks your rite of passage.
She won't be necessary. I alone am enough.
When have thou, on the path of destruction, feared death?
The Everflame Mansion has set out on a journey. Those poor people, they have no idea what lies in wait ahead of
Those
them.
poor people? I'm pretty sure they were about to come here to try to kill people. I don't know if I'd call them poor people, but hey, you know what? Black Swan's a neutral party. You do you.
Memory recovery is going well, but slowly. She'll be here soon, and time is short. There's nobody else here, so there's no need to be delicate. In fact, I think I'd better go all out. What happened? The memory after that is blank. How is that possible? This music box fell into Acheron's hands, and she brought it to Penacony. That's a fact, and that's how it should have gone. But along the way, it's like it's been erased. Who's done this?
Nihility?
Who are you?
Sparkle?
Who are you?
It's... No. Is this not a memory?
Oh, a memo keeper. Do you serve the Garden of Recollection? Or the Cremators? My name is Constance. A pleasure to meet you. We were supposed to meet in Penacony and spend it...
Constance is one of the children of the
time together.
right? Constance is one of the children of Ifrit, right? Wasn't she the one like all in the blue and stuff like that? The other one with like the horns and stuff? I think so. I gotta know. I have to know. Part of the Annihilation Gang? Yeah. Interesting. We knew they were still alive, so.
But that seems unrealistic. Dolly is not welcome on the banquet store, and I don't need a coming-of-age ceremony. And you, I know what you're looking for.
I've heard this voice before, too.
Want her secret? I can give it to you, and then you can enjoy the banquet for me. I wish you unforgettable memories.
Oh. A phone. Wanna listen in?
At this moment, on the other side. Switching to Aventurine's POV. Okay, that's interesting.
A few days ago, the IPC made an announcement. Under the watchful guidance of the Marketing Development Department, and in accordance with the Interstellar Peace Charter, the independent Sigonian sovereignty has hereby been established, and shall take a legislative seat at the Interstellar Congress. The formation of the Sigonian sovereignty is of great historical significance to the Sigonia system. This move puts an end to the planet's long and bloody history, turning the sensational Kataka-Abjin extinction event into a distant memory.
Sigonia 4 is located in an unclaimed zone at the intersection of the Denise, Prothean, and Dorneau star clusters. The planet's surface environment is known for being extremely harsh, constantly faced with the threat of impact from small-scale celestial objects. This is why very few intelligent species have made this planet their home, dividing themselves into several tribes to eke out nomad lifestyles as they struggle to survive the arid desert wilderness. They have developed their own folk beliefs that are independent of the Eon belief system.
Interesting.
Sigonia. Sigonia. Ravenous eye of the storm, spurned by all the gods. Land of rock, but not water. Lightning, but not rain. Blood, but not tears. You beat us with your falling stars. You lash us with wind and storm. You chew us up with the cracked earth. You promised us a land of honey, yet yoked us beneath a sword of bitterness. Oh, Gaiathra Triclops, if thou can hear me, please open up thy 3 eyes and gaze upon this child. When you took his father, my child was still sleeping in my belly. And where my husband went, I too soon must go. I don't ask for a peaceful death. Just for you to tell me, does the baby swaddled sweetly asleep? Does he dream of his mother's heartbeat
and the sound of falling rain. Please tell me whether this life is all just a fleeting dream. Otherwise, why would this child be born to face impending death?
Mommy! 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 The rain! It's raining!
Raining? Raining!
It is raining! It's true! Those outworlders weren't lying to us. They really did summon the rain. Mommy, we can leave here. We can go back home.
Back home. Gaiathra Triclops. You came. Do you hear that? Thank you. Thank you. Darling, listen. This is the sound of rain. On the day you were born, the sky also sent down a gift like this from Gaiathra. Such a lucky child. Such a blessed child. Just like your name. A gift from them.
Fucking vague thems. All capitalized.
My boy.
So annoying.
May the goddess Gaiathra close her eyes 3 times.
Random capitalization of her.
Keep your blood eternally pulsing.
Usually a capital them does in fact refer to a god. The problem is just put the god's name there. Stop fucking, because they do it all the time. And usually them, like, it's just annoying.
Forever concealed. Welcome to this sad world, Kakavasha.
Time to wake up, gambler.
So that was adventuring.
I must have drunk too much Soul Glad. Didn't expect you to be back so soon. How is it? Find anything?
Just as you guessed. Nobody outside knows about Robin's death. There aren't even baseless conspiracy theories. They're still streaming the rehearsal for her ceremony. Using a stand-in, I guess. They must be dreaming.
Of course. Who could imagine that death would actually descend upon the idyllic dream created by the family? Let alone that the victim would be the female lead of the Charmony Festival. To be honest with you, I didn't believe it. I even tested it a few times myself. Until I discovered that I couldn't actually die. Whenever there's any danger, I'm forced awake by the dream pool, and it's all as if everything were just a nightmare.
You
That's
tested
why
it a
I'm
few times? Damn.
convinced that there are a few big secrets lurking behind the scenes.
Then you must have heard about the Memory Zone meme. When I graciously deigned to establish connections with the Oak family on your behalf, they were quite in a pitiful state of disarray. Besides Robin, there was another body. I don't know the exact details, just that it was a stowaway.
2 murder cases? I told you something seemed off about the Nameless. He must have come across the other one. This murderer is a psycho. But I have to admit, the case should be easy to crack. We can leverage the family's malfeasance and let the IPC use this as a reason to intervene. It's just that their trickery runs deeper than I thought. Robin's stand-in was all ready to go. These two murders are definitely getting hushed up. What should we do? Let me think. It's too rare an opportunity to miss out on, so I gotta be careful.
Incredible gambler. Have you already exhausted your limited repertoire of tricks so soon?
There are plenty of chips.
I love Ratio.
It'd
He's
be
so
best
cool.
to choose carefully. The most straightforward has to be Robin. Remember? That masked fool once told me to find a mute as a friend. Robin is what she calls the mute. She has lost her voice, and while most people can't pick up on it, you and I cannot mistake that sound. Not produced by any voice box, but rather by the resonance of
Ooh, that's interesting. Robin is mute and she sings through the harmony. That's actually really cool. I had a character, a concept I never got to play, of a bard in D&D that was basically like that, where she was mute unless she was singing, basically. So that's cool. It's a cool concept. I like it.
If that girl hadn't gone hoarse from singing practice, there'd only be one possibility. Something was up with the family. Or Robin herself. To get to the bottom of this, I tried every way I could to meet her. But she died. Right before my very eyes.
You killed her! You're the murderer! Arrest
A
him!
complete and utter loss. Incidentally, it seems to have resulted in your rather undignified arrival on the interrogation stand. There were eyewitnesses at the scene, and the family, in their graciousness, has tentatively accepted your alibi. However, for the foreseeable future, you shall, regrettably, find yourself under the vigilant watch of the hounds.
Well, things aren't looking too optimistic, Doctor. I'm starting to break out in a cold sweat. Do you reckon there's still any chance of a comeback, given how things are?
Ever the gambler.
Probability. Yes, it exists, but it verges on the infinitesimal. To phrase it in a manner more befitting the vernacular of Penacony.
You're dreaming.
Dreaming. But if you simply can't control yourself and want to try your hand, then there just so happens to be a suitable candidate. That man wants to see you again.
Who?
Sunday.
Interesting.
Is this a public hearing or a private trial?
If it were the former, it would hardly befit my stature to stoop to the role of a mere messenger.
Fine. Oh, that's great. It's all great. You see, the dead can't talk, but the living can. Ratio, I'm convinced now that there must be something wrong inside the family. Oh, just you wait and see. That man's sister has died. He can't sit on his hands. Without any further ado, let's set off. Lead the way. The show is about to begin.
We're here. The Dewlight Pavilion is the Oak family's fortress and a place where heads of the families meet to discuss great plans for Penacony.
Fortress? I like this metaphor. I dealt with the warlords of the Amanica star system not long ago, and their synchronized orbital manor wasn't this heavily guarded.
This mansion nominally belongs to Sunday, and is very befitting of its owner. Without his express invitation, the likes of ordinary guests would never grace these grounds in their lifetimes. Look around while you still have this moment of freedom.
Hey, Doc, whose side are you on anyway?
Who's to say I won't sell you out?
Facts.
We'll see. When we meet the authoritarian master of the Oak family, I'll pry an answer out of him.
Follow
Sunday
me
is...
and I'll bring you to his parlor. Hold your tongue, and let me deal with the members.
Sunday is one of the more interesting characters in this story because we don't know a lot about him yet. Hey yo, POV switch, adventuring As the story unfolds, you will have the chance to progress the story from other characters' POV. When entering a character's POV for the first time, that character will automatically be placed first in your team. You can check the Fate Atlas interface to see which character's POV on ongoing mission or completed mission is in. If you need to change your POV to continue the story, you can select here to enter Fate's ensemble. For more details, please see the tutorial. Wait a minute. That's kind of cool. Click here to switch to the character's perspective. Yo, that's kind of cool. This is actually, so this from like a story perspective, like a storytelling perspective, is really cool, and I hope they do this again. I hope they do this more. This is something they need to do a lot. They did it a little bit in Zen Show when we would play as Daniel, right? We do Daniel's story, but I think this way will probably be a better way of doing it. Yeah. Cool. Search the party around for my sanity, though. Adventuring will take first slot, then Akron Sports. Oh, yeah. No, I got it. I was going to do that. I was just reading things first. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I was getting there. His basic's pretty cool. Oh my god. He doesn't move forward. Oh, he moves backwards. He moves slightly backwards, I think. Yeah, I think he moves slightly backwards. Every character. Okay, if you spam it, he does not. But if you hit it, then he takes a step forward. Okay. Try to get a full stack of his bet from 0 to full using his ult. Okay. So anchor points are different on POVs as well.
This is hardly enough for a seat at the table.
Unless you're gonna roll for him. I don't know if I am or not. I don't think so. I'm not in this account anyways. So what happens if I change my POV right now? What happens?
It's getting late. Where to now?
And then there's no switch. And then it switches over. That's cool. That is real. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That is a really cool mechanic, and I hope they use that more in the future. That is a really cool. That is really cool. And then you said you can look at it in Fate's Atlas as well. Huh? Oh, I still have quests back here. That's why. Yes, I know I have quests back here. I have side quests here too. Oh, and there it is. That's the split. That's Dance Macabre. Huh. Dance Macabre. Interesting. Okay. That's cool. I like this. 'Tis cool. Alright, what's he do? You cannot view detailed info. No!
Feeling lucky.
36% lasting for 3 turns. Cool.
Hey, you two! That's a place of business. No entry.
I was requested by Mr. Sunday to bring him the suspect.
Yes.
My name is Ratio.
But I don't know that. In my dreams. That's what I know.
Oh, I remember you. Veritas Ratio. Your punch virtual particle clock is impressive.
Excuse me?
The one on your head. Of course, it's nothing compared to my full pocket dimensional annihilating power armor of the Mobile Knights.
Well, I want to go for him, but I do plan on going for Jingli, even though I know I have a DPS in Acheron. That's fine. She's a nice DPS. Right. It's different.
And as I mentioned, that fantasy raiment of yours doesn't exist.
That's
a good enough reason as any.
Can't see it. Like I say, only family can see the glory of the Mobile Knights. Enough. Get going. Don't keep Mr. Sunday waiting.
It seems like the idiocy index here is no better than it is out there.
I don't know, Ratio seems kind of
a dead end.
Silly of you to ignore something that you can't see.
Is shut tight. Looks like we're on our own.
I mean, there isn't a door. How did you get in before?
For security reasons, the family built the administrative site deep in the dreamscape, with the mechanisms hidden in these nightingale statues.
Oh, Pharaoh.
The direction of the statues can be controlled.
What do you guys think of this story perspective thing change? I like it. I think this is cool.
On a previous occasion, an attendant named Kona had gone to the side room to verify something before setting the statues in the correct positions.
Well, maybe we should do the same. Let's go and take a look. Of course, we can also use brute force.
It does add to the murder mystery vibe, yeah, for sure. I like it. I like it a lot.
This is hardly enough for a seat at the table.
Let's play for a while. You have 10 seconds. Let's play. Can you find the answer? Feeling spiffy?
Free will, or was it fate? Destined for oblivion.
Time for some hardship.
Still waters of oblivion.
I like the snap. Good.
Feeling spiffy?
You know nothing of the weight. Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
That's half the work. Destined for oblivion.
Can you find the answer?
You're not going to enjoy Adventure Kit much since you just destroy him. True.
It too shall fall.
Kind of hard to test your defensive character out when all your DPS characters just say, I don't care. My DBS units are sustain units. True. True.
Feeling lucky.
Wilt is a sustain unit. Yep.
Still waters uplifting.
Let's begin.
The funny part is my Wilt is actually built too, so. But man, that gravitational disintegration. You will face gravitational disintegration.
Nightingales facing in different directions. An obvious hint.
But are these nightingales?
They are. What's wrong?
How can nightingales be so huge? They look more like torment eagles to me.
There are no eagles in the 5 families, only nightingales. Why am I wasting time with you on this?
Nope. Okay.
Just as I thought. Here's the correct answer.
A truly miraculous discovery. Perhaps I should offer you the chance to join the Genius Society.
Really? Well, I thought you'd given up on that already.
I was being sarcastic. Can't you tell?
I could tell, Ratio. I like the snap. I just like the casual. Everything about Adventure style, like. By the way, the Ratio Topaz Adventuring team is really funny. How they just act after one another, even though you did nothing. I could do that.
So much for Mr. Sunday's reserved, virtuous image.
Do you need me to remind you? We're in a dreamscape. No matter how grand the mansion looks, it'll not affect Penacony. Stop wasting your time nitpicking the family here.
I was about to say, I'm surprised they didn't put Ratio on your team, and then I was like, oh wait, they gave him to everybody for free, so yeah, you're right. If you want to test him out or use him, just use him. You have him, probably.
Sunday must have thought the same.
With that said, it's now no longer possible to get Ratio. Patch 2.1 was the beginning of patch 2.1, I think, was the last way to get him, if I remember correctly.
I'll go easy this time.
Here, I'll boost up him. We'll do this.
It's on me.
End of 2.1? Okay. Damn, even my basic attack is a crit.
Hedge your bets.
Leave it to me.
Sure, I'll play along. Spend freely.
Let's begin. Stand down.
Watch your head. The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Okay. I assume it's like a roll of some kind that you have to do against multiple enemies in order to get his ultimate fully, or his follow-up attack fully with just his ultimate. I assume something along those lines. That's my assumption. So ratio rerun in 2.3 with another free one? That would be insane. That would absolutely be crazy.
A reward with no risk?
When he gets, yeah, I understand he gets 7 stacks. I get that you don't get capped. And they'll give you stacks for free. Yes. So you gotta roll a 7. Oh, you gotta roll a 7. So literally what I said. I like how I asked the question and then you elaborated to the answer that I asked. It's exactly, literally what I asked. That's literally what I said. Could have just said yes and I'd have been like, cool. Someone before asked me why I over-explained things. This is why. This is why. Ken does the same thing as me. Why did you ask if you got it right? That's not how that works, and you know that. I asked to clarify if I had it right. But apparently I didn't clarify the question about now. The funny part is, I don't even use ratio on this account. The only account I use ratio on is my imaginary account. My imaginary quantum account. She's good with Acheron, Captain, but honestly, Japard is probably better, and so is Blazer with her. And the reason being is because Japard would have 2 forms of putting debuffs on the enemies. Fushuan does not put any debuffs on the enemies unless you give her the Lycan. So, yeah, I'm just gonna auto it.
Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
It's on me.
Destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed.
Dead.
It too shall fall.
Overkill. I weep for the departed. Honestly, this team is just the main cast of this story right now. You know what I'm saying? Who's over here? I don't know why I'm exploring around. Cool. Mostly because it allows me to use adventuring because it's a POV here. Not that it really matters. Let's go back. I wish the doors didn't open like that. You could just open normally. That'd be great. Thank you.
Hold on.
Huh? What's wrong? Are we heading the wrong way?
No, but this door is locked.
My friend, did you really make an appointment with him?
It's a trial. You got to prove your worth to Sunday before you can speak with him. If I'm not wrong, we need to find a way to open this door in the hall, or this place will be our prison.
Oh, an escape room. My favorite.
Get serious. I've no time for games. Let's head back. The hint is probably in that prominent sandpit.
Wow. That's an enormous sandpit. I'd love to build a tall building for myself. Once I have enough savings. Oh, look. There's a noticeable gap in the model. I believe you're right.
There wasn't a gap before. That man must have done it intentionally.
Well, with your brilliant mind, you shouldn't have any trouble recalling what was here last time. Right, Doctor?
Of course. Let's look around. When I see it, I will know it.
Fine. Fine. Why do I feel that we're pursuing a degree in burglary now?
Ah, now I'm going over there. Whee.
Found it. This is it.
Boom. Boom. Random enemy types. Okay. That's cool. Too bad my team does not care. Overkill much, Acheron? Overkill much. Jesus Christ. Because I can.
Feeling spiffy? Can you find the answer?
Still waters of oblivion. I weep for the departed. It takes a fall.
Yep. Always amusing to me whenever she uses her skill on Wells. Has nearly 1,000 less attack, like a ton of less stats, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna boost up Wells. That sounds like a good idea." Okay. I didn't even notice that. Robin.
Feeling lucky.
An elite enemy. Surely they'll survive a little longer, right? Surely.
Can you find the answer?
Spend freely.
Still waters of oblivion. I weep for the departed.
It's pretty thick shields.
It takes a fall.
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Roll the 6.
Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Feeling spiffy?
They did actually survive longer.
Destined for oblivion.
Can you find the answer?
I weep for the departed. It takes a fall.
This is hardly enough for a seat at the table.
I agree. Oh no.
Fortune follows luck, just like it always does. And the nameplate reads Gulliver's Arch. Well, I'm amazed you can remember something this tiny. You know, this reminds me of a tunnel I once saw that could shrink people who passed through it.
Sounds strangely not useful.
If I were you, I would shut my mouth. It's wise to remain silent when you should.
So they don't make us walk back. That's nice.
Oh, this reminds me of one of those building toys. You know, with the blocks. I've never played with them before. I wonder if it's more interesting than stacking chips.
I actually agree with Ratio in this scenario. Shut up! You talk too much.
The gap is closed. And it fits perfectly. So, what's next?
Oh, right.
Oh, good heavens. Did I shrink? Am I still in a dream?
Indeed.
Oh, Doctor, you're cute. It's me! Down here! In the sand pit! Oh, actually, I think we could make this work for us. Just find a way to slip me into Sunday's collar, and I'll infiltrate the family just like...
Is that Honey, I Shrunk the Kids reference? Probably not.
Oh, fine. I was just kidding. Let's find a way to open the door.
A Dreamy Town, Oak Paradise. Is Ratio actually up there? Curious. I was kind of expecting Ratio to be like in the background, but they actually purposely designed it so you can't like see him. I think. Oh, there's her. He's over there. Never mind. Damn. How they actually designed this Penacony is such an interesting, like, interestingly designed game. What a map.
Hello! I am an Oak Soldier. I will be here to guide you through the tour of the base model.
And tell me...
Hello! Welcome to the Golden Hour Bird. I am an Oak Soldier. I will be... Model. Happy to be of service. Found the nearest place. Look behind model.
What's up with that? Now the family's toys are trying to frame me? I didn't do a thing to it, Doc. You've got to be...
I mean, I kicked it twice.
I saw nothing.
I kicked it twice.
Oh, capsule machine. There's no mechanism on the floor. Could there be one at the top? Doctor, do me a favor.
Oh, wow. They actually animated this.
So,
That's funny.
I was right. These models have interiors that look exactly like the real buildings. The only difference is that no one lives in them. Funny that Sunday puts a miniature that makes him seem like a giant by comparison, right where he can see it first thing in the morning. Insecure much?
Entry, I don't think you have any room to talk about that, buddy.
feeling lucky.
Snap, 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 snap. Feel the power. Feel the weight of this power.
Destined for oblivion.
Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Frankly, I could probably run attack for him on him too. I wanted him to be easiest.
I weep for the departed.
Oh, I think
It too shall fall.
not. Damn. Moving.
Oh, one of the fragments flew upstairs. I'll need to use the pinball machine to flick myself up there. But it's tough. Oh, great. There's another pinball machine base here. And it's empty too. Doc! I'll need your brain power again.
There's no need to yell. I can hear you. The pinball machine must be hidden somewhere.
Stand up for a second. Sit in the same
like the
spot you want.
Wait here, and I'll be back in a minute.
I'm switching POVs again.
Finally, a moment of peace.
Ah, there. Yep, there's my. Yeah, haha, I see. There's your playable ratio section. Yep. Shocker. Okay. Not what I expected. Let me rearrange the team for him. Well, we take Akron out, honestly. And, I don't have, anybody. I'll say we can keep using Welt.
Shake a leg. Without that pinball machine, neither one of us is going.
Cannot view detailed info of him. Okay. That's funny. Oh wow.
For the theater of the mediocre.
Haha. Get taunted.
Stay.
I probably should have done ratios with this guy. That's cool. Smart of them. That's a smart way to go about that. Use the ratio.
Time for some hardship.
I see them.
Messed that up.
Find the answer.
Answer me. Let's begin. Good. You know nothing. Survive or be destroyed.
You know nothing of the way his power.
There's no other choice. Test. 0 points. Leave it to me.
Wait a minute. If Welt's power is like ultimate creation, if he understands that he can create it, he can do all these things and stuff, does that mean he can also like deconstruct stuff too? Is that like a thing? Does it work in the inverse or is it just one direction?
I'm asking questions. Answer me. Stand down.
Converge and awaken. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Let's play for a while. Can you find the answer?
Test.
Feeling spiffy?
Your answers? Answer me.
All things human creations. I'll go easy this time.
Test.
Cool.
The galaxy is vast.
Oh, I somehow missed that one. Smack him with a book.
You know nothing. Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
I mean, when he says survive or be destroyed, there is no other choice, he fucking means it. Oh, that's crazy. That's absolutely nuts. I mean, I've already been building my wealth, but it makes me want to, like, fully invest into him as much as possible. Reveal the true power.
Wealth shouldn't be a hindrance to the pursuit of... That's it. Pleasant moments of solitude are always fleeting.
They are. They are. They very much are.
Oh, you're back. Just place it here. Thank you. Thanks, Doc.
Even remembers your teams. That's cool. Yeah, they even animate that part. Absolutely. Yep. They took the time to animate all these parts, which is cool.
Oh, Horatio, you should come in here and take a look. The view here is breathtaking. Honestly, you could easily squash me with just a pinch.
If that is your wish, I will do so without a moment's hesitation.
I mean, there are definitely people who would be into that.
All done. Piece of cake.
Wait, do I even have to do this? Yeah, I need to get back down. What am I doing?
And the joyous tour of Toy City has come to an end. Makes me feel sad. Well, Penacony isn't all bad, right? I'll use this interesting experience as a talking point at the poker table.
Gambling? In my gambling game? How dare they?
It's a pity you made it out of the sandpit alive.
Damn.
Sunday is just beyond this door. From my limited understanding, he's not someone easily handled. Are you prepared?
Yeah. Only I believe he's the one who should be prepared to face me.
Tell me about your plan.
I don't have a plan. I'll just play it by ear. There are only two kinds of bargaining chips when dealing with people. Benefit or fear.
Looks like sincerity isn't in your dictionary.
Am I not sincere enough? There's no need to emphasize it. We've got to make good use of death. That man's sister is dead. He won't be able to turn a blind eye.
We're gonna walk in and Robin's just gonna be sitting there with him.
And I'll help him find the murderer. He can't do it due to his status and position, but I can. And that's benefit.
On what basis do you believe he's incapable, necessitating the delegation to someone from a rival faction? The IPC?
Simple. Because that murderer could very well be a traitor hiding inside the family.
Do you mean the Galaxy Ranger whom you accused previously?
That was just an excuse, good doctor. There's something wrong with that woman. We need someone who can keep her in check. It's better to minimize the variables outside our control while we execute our plan. Moreover, I need to know her identity. If I'm lucky. She could be an important pawn. And it's good to have more helpful friends when dealing with this matter. But honestly, the murder case is likely unrelated to her. I believe my standpoint. There's a rat in the family. Otherwise, why would Mr. Sunday arrange a private meeting with us? This isn't an interrogation, but a secret negotiation. We'll see. Using Robin's death as a bargaining chip, I'll win back my freedom and power. In the end, I'll ruin this beautiful... If the chance of winning is just beyond this door...
Well, I didn't mean to... Yeah, I meant to click.
That chance is close to zero, well... You can't win if you don't play, right?
Ah, the charming audacity. To think that you, of all people, might emerge victorious, dear gambler.
3 chips are enough. All or nothing.
I have a feeling Robin literally is just going to be in the room with her brother and is like, oh, you thought I was dead or some bullshit like that. I don't know.
It seems my puzzles are too effortless for you, IPC ambassador.
I appreciate your words. And I see you put a lot of effort into welcoming me, Mr. Sunday. However, this is no way to greet a guest.
Well, this isn't an invitation, but a summoning. Before we speak, I need to test your character. I imagine this knowledgeable doctor friend of yours has been of great help, yes?
Certainly. You ought to know this better than I do. He's already faithfully fulfilled his duties, hasn't he?
Yes. The doctor has assured me of your noble character. He considers you, like himself, a virtuous person who can be trusted by the family.
Okay.
I have come to know you very well as a person, Mr. Aventurine. You're diligent, generous, and willing to cooperate. The fact that you succeeded in overcoming many obstacles just to meet me gave me the reason to believe in your wisdom and courage. But there's one thing I must ask you. That is, you've used your wisdom at the wrong place to meet the wrong person and put yourself in a situation where you shouldn't be, witnessing a tragedy that shouldn't have happened.
You don't look too well. Am I making you anxious? If not, then it means I'm on your side.
If I wasn't mistaken, you'd just made a serious accusation against the family.
No, you weren't mistaken. For depravity is creeping in around you. There's no need for us to be evasive. let's talk about your sister. Your sister's talent is unrivaled in the world of show business. As you know, her voice has been out of tune since she returned to Penacony. What's more disheartening, she can't sing anymore. Who could be responsible for this? Many suspect the culprit is among the outsiders, but I know you hold a different opinion. Now your noble status has become a shackle, preventing you from apprehending the murderer and avenging your sister's death. You're feeling anxious because you're out on a limb. But don't worry, I'm on your side.
Cookie.
I'm immensely honored by your concern for me, Mr. Aventurine. Since you're so selfless and generous, I believe you wouldn't ask for anything in return, would you?
Well, naturally, you wouldn't incur any loss from this. I just want to reclaim what is mine. My liberty, and the personal items under the family's custody, the bag of gift money, and...
the box in which the cornerstone is stored.
That's right.
Cornerstone. I've heard it's a treasured asset of the Strategic Investment Department. A sacred stone that seals the preservation emanator, granting significant power. And every liquidation specialist holds one. For an object so precious, it probably comes at an even higher price than other forms of recompense.
Wait, hold on.
Well, I'm sure you're aware of the high level of risk I'll be undertaking to bring the truth to light.
Is Aventurine an emanator of preservation as well? Or is the stone the power of an emanator of preservation? What? Okay, interesting. Just throwing emanators around now.
Mr. Aventurine, when you are out and about, do you always make adjustments to your appearance? Your tie should be on the center line. Your shirt must not protrude from your vest. Your trouser creases should be perfectly straight and always aligned with the tips of your shoes.
Diamond is an emanator. Oh, Diamond isn't the emanator. Okay. What power? Or part of the Aeon's power? Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
Of course.
But I don't, because it's not appropriate to do so in public. You should make sure everything is presentable and in order before leaving the house. I'm not the kind that takes risks. The cornerstone must be in the custody of the family.
No room for negotiation.
Please, don't let me turn you down twice.
Damn.
Sure. The gift money is good enough. I suppose you wouldn't mind that. After all, a merchant can't function without a bargaining chip.
You compromised quicker than I thought. Unfortunately, it's a gambler that needs a bargaining chip, not a merchant. I can give you your gift money, but before that, I want you to tell me. The fact that you can decisively forsake the box you asked for, what exactly is stored in it? Oh, triple-faced soul, please sear his tongue and palms with a hot iron, so that he will not be able to fabricate lies and make false vows.
What have you done?
Under the light of the harmony, all wickedness is revealed. I implore them to shed their light, and I'll ask you questions on their behalf. Next, you have 113 seconds to prove your innocence and gain my trust.
And if I refuse to answer?
You can try, and we'll see if the harmony rejects you.
Now, I'm pretty sure he is an emanator of harmony.
Do you own a cornerstone?
Yes.
What a simple answer. You, too, understand that idle chatter leads only to poverty. Did you hand over the cornerstone to the family when you entered Penacony?
Yes.
Does the cornerstone you handed over to the family belong to you?
Yes.
Is your cornerstone in this room right now?
Yes.
Is your memory free from any kind of tampering or deletion, encompassing but not restricted to the techniques of the Garden of Recollection?
Yes.
Are you an Avgin from Sigonia?
Yes. You even know about that?
Do the Avgins have any ability to read, tamper with, or manipulate one's own or another's mind?
No. Does it matter?
Do you love your family more than yourself?
Yes.
All the Avgins were killed in a massacre. Am I right?
No.
Are you your clan's sole survivor?
Perhaps.
Do you hate and wish to destroy this world with your own hands?
I don't know.
Interesting. Now, the final question. Can you swear that at this very moment, the Aventurine Stone is safe and sound in this box?
Of course.
Looks like we can get an answer. Open it, Mr. Aventurine. It's your last chance to defend your honor.
Interesting. Like, I'm pretty sure he is an emanator of harmony. Would make sense with the powers.
Please. Are these what you're looking for?
Flashback and a flashback. No, I'm kidding.
Since you came as promised, learned doctor, does this mean that you are willing to take the side of the family in this farce?
What makes you think you can convince me?
I've
She
heard
did.
you haven't enjoyed Mr. Aventurine's company. I also understand that you're an avid learner.
I do not remember that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Knowledge above all.
In that case, you ought to realize that a competent scholar knows their position and wouldn't forsake more vital matters for the sake of petty pride.
If you agree to assist the family, I'll share our research findings on the Stellaron. You must be quite aware that, besides the family, no other faction is willing to share such information.
Damn. Done bribe
Cut to
ratio.
the chase. What do you need from me?
I need Mr. Aventurine's comprehensive plan.
Oh, that's right. Accustomed to the dream. That's right. That's right.
You can't expect a featherless bird to take flight.
But I've also heard the 10 elites in the Strategic Investment Department have united, progressing together in the interests of the IPC.
You'll have to speak more clearly than that.
The cornerstone, which Mr. Aventurine surrendered. Was it really his?
You question whether he would entrust you with someone else's cornerstone. The 10 Stonehearts aren't as united as you think. Cornerstones are significantly more precious to them than their very own lives.
But you know that he's a crazed gambler. The more vocal he is about it, the more cautious I must be.
I never imagined someone would share his way of thinking. Honestly, you should see a shrink. Bring it. The box containing the cornerstone is unique, and only IPC senior staff and related members can access it. But I happen to be among them.
I appreciate it.
Interesting.
Unfortunately, your guess is correct.
The golden stone. Its color and glow are similar to that of Klapoth's body.
This is the very ruse he intends to use to fool you. He won't reveal to you that the 10 Stonehearts chisel their own will into the cornerstones, granting them an unparalleled radiance. And this golden statue is also known as Topaz, not
Oh shit, it was Topaz's stone.
and it belongs to Topaz. So, do you wish to confront him?
Not at the moment. I'm more interested to know the location of his cornerstone.
The safest place somewhere you'd never think of. Because he never intended to hide it. In fact, that cornerstone has been in your hands from the very beginning.
Aha. He gave up the goat.
I see. This bag. Mixing a cornerstone, more precious than life itself, with a bunch of worthless jewels, disguised as a gift of money waiting to be confiscated, is indeed in line with Mr. Aventurine's style.
Then he makes up some trivial excuse, downplaying the matter, and requests the gift money. This is a gamble, one he's all too familiar with, betting on your single misstep, leading to a total loss.
Learned doctor, I am grateful for your help. The family will surely reward a righteous person like you. As for the villain, I hope he retreats in humiliation. It was all thanks to your friend with a keen eye that I could add a blot of utter failure to your storied career.
Ratio, you wretch.
Finally shown your true colors, huh? Oh, and just to remind you, you currently only have 17 system hours left to live. Treasure your remaining time.
Wait, what?
And savor the delectable aftertaste of defeat.
You might as well explain yourself a little more clearly.
What I performed on you just now was the Harmony's consecration. You were to show allegiance beneath the illumination of their grace. Yet you acted willfully, uttering nothing but falsehoods, transforming the consecration into a trial.
Oh shit!
I genuinely see no reason to absolve you from it.
Is this what the Harmony represents? Or is it built upon constraint and coercion?
You misunderstand, Mr. Aventurine. Punishment is meant for the irreverent, but I have seen your resilient spirit, and thus I
Don't
offer
fuck.
you the possibility
Never mess. Here's the thing in most fantasy worlds. Never mess with the factions that are like all about like harmony and preservation and things along those lines, right? Like, because they are the ones most willing to go as far as possible to keep that harmony and preservation. So the idea that the preservation and harmony don't get along actually would make a lot of fucking sense. Because they have very different ways of going about it. The IPC is this, and the harmony is, and then the family and all this is this. It makes a lot of sense, actually.
Throughout these 17 system hours, you will be unable to escape the dreamscape or contact any of your companions. You only have 2 paths before you, and it all depends on whether you can complete my test within the time limit.
Sunday's a baller, I'm not gonna lie. He's really fucking cool.
Should you succeed, you will be able to coalesce into the harmony and be with your family. If you fail, you will suffer the wrath of the eternal Centurion and fall into an abyss of doom.
Sounds like I'm gonna end up the same either way.
I indeed do need a servant to help me uncover the evil hidden in the family from an external perspective. I will purge the evil from the inside and bring the real culprits to justice within 17 system hours.
I can see the storyline as a harmony and preservation conflict, given their domains overlap. However, doubt it's going to end up with one of the two being absorbed by the other. Yeah, no, I don't think it'll go that far, but I definitely feel that friction, like in this scene right here. I definitely feel the friction of like what would be harmony versus preservation because of that overlap, right? Usually, like in fantasy settings, if there are multiple gods, if they overlap over certain domains, they either get along or they don't get along at all. There's usually very rarely like a middle ground, right? So, but also it's also on the individuals too, right? But the Sunday's power to be like, tell me the truth or you're gonna die in 17 hours. like that's pretty giga powered. I'm just gonna say, I don't know if it's as bad as gravitational incineration, which was pretty fucking awesome as well. But Sunday also out here also pretty crazy. Simulation already happened across the aeons? What do you mean a simulation already happened across the aeons? I mean, everybody believes the entire religious viewpoint of the entire galaxy is the aeons. What do you mean a simulation already happened across the aeons? Explain. Oh, yeah. No. There's been other assimilations. I just don't think harmony and preservation are going to assimilate. No, there's been other forms of assimilation. Technically, I believe the swarm, the path of propagation, was assimilated by the destruction. And there's a couple others that were assimilated. Like harmony actually assimilated from another one. And there's been a couple others. But anyways, as I was saying, Sunday's lines here are really, really good. He's super, like, the male characters in this game are, like, to me, genuine, like, badass characters. Like they have I feel a lot of like weight to them. Like all the dudes in this game are actually like really cool, right? Whether they're villainous or good guys or whatever, whether they're like kind of superhero but still kind of badass welts, or to, you know, the mysterious Dan Hung, to the ever wanting to die Blade, to Dr. Ratio's incessant, you know, research and personality, to even Aventurine's gambler personality, down to Sunday's you know, absolute harmony sort of stance on these things. It's just interesting. but he also feels like a mob boss. Like, because it's like a Vegas style murder mystery 1920s sort of story, he feels like the 1920s like mob boss, right? That you'd get in like a mafia movie. He's like, you come to me on this day of my sister's concert to ask me if you can help me? Nah, I'm going to help you help me. You know, that kind of vibe. So I like Sunday a lot, actually. I definitely kind of want to pull for him. Because I like characters like this who are villainous from the good guy angle, right? They're like, I will purge all evil, period. You know what I mean? It's great.
When the time comes, compare your findings with mine. If both our findings align, or if you can provide me more insights, then they will truly be able to grant you mercy and honesty.
Damn, dude. Harmony don't fuck around. Harmony at all causes.
Shameless hypocrites. You took everything from me and still demand the truth. That isn't fair. Your carnival reeks with the stench of cash. Nothing is achievable without it.
This is meant to be an act of personal virtue, not requiring the family's support. Your bag is over there. Do as you please. I believe you can trade this bag of worthless jewels for everything you need. That's what gamblers excel at, isn't it? Off you go, Mr. Aventurine. You are free. I will wait here for your good news.
If this turns around to be like a double cross, or like he had another stone inside the bag. Who's this? What is this raven?
This meeting isn't an interrogation or a negotiation. It's an outright execution.
Who's the bird?
Why would I do that, Mr. Aventurine?
It kind of looks like the death meme.
A passerby who stumbled upon a scene of a murder could have found out. That's all.
Damn.
By the way, before you go, I have a personal question.
Another question? Okay.
What is it now?
Do you truly wish to bring about the destruction of this world?
Interesting.
Kakavasha! Where did you go? Oh, are you injured?
I got it back, sister.
You went to look for them? That's too dangerous. It's just a necklace. It's neither food nor water. We can survive without it. I can't live without you, little brother. Promise me not to look for those catechins again, okay?
Sister, don't be afraid. The catechins are fools, but I'm smart. I played a game with them, and I won.
Won? What happened exactly? Tell me.
I made a bet with them. The two birds in the desert and me. Who will die first? I won. They suspected me of cheating, but I didn't. I won fair and square.
Of course you'd win. You've always been a lucky child. Gaiathra Triclops must be watching over you.
That's no reason to push your luck by going up against those bloodthirsty, cruel catechins. Have you forgotten how Mom and Dad... Look, this is just a necklace. But Kakavasha, you are my only family.
I'm sorry, sister. I thought you'd be happy. Because Mom left you this necklace. There'll be no next time.
It is important. But not as important as you, my dearest brother. I don't blame you, but you must remember what Mom said. Pain and poverty are the trials of Gaiathra Triclops.
she has also granted us a chance. And that's your good luck, Kakavasha. Your good luck is the most precious wealth we, all Avgin, have. You're a child blessed by Gayathra Triclops and can lead the clan to happiness. So always remember to protect yourself and never resent the pain and poverty you're going through. All right? Listen to me and swear to Gayathra Triclops.
Okay. We'll swear to Gayathra Triclops to protect this wealth. But sister, Gayathra Triclops was really watching over us?
Then why did she not protect Dad when he was swept away by the quicksand? After all, Dad went to the Catechins' land only to prepare for Gayathra Triclops' offerings. And where was Gayathra Triclops when Mom was shivering in our arms? Mom was still pleading for Gayathra Triclops' forgiveness under her breath, until the moment she closed her eyes. Sister, everyone praises me for being smart, but I don't get it. If every rain pour was Gayathra Triclops' forgiveness and grace, then how bad were our sins? So much so that we were born in this world of death?
Interesting. Very interesting. The story is very...
I can't seem to find any information on this artist in the Iris family archives. The photo you provided also doesn't show any matches.
What photo? What's going on?
Just as I thought. I'd like
Oh,
to ask,
yeah, Firefly.
what kind of traces do people leave when they enter a dream?
Are you referring to the records when you enter
All right,
the
Kunzu.
dream pool? The equipment will monitor physiological indicators such as heart rate, blood oxygen levels, and body temperature in real time. This data will be included in statistics and handed over to the family for the screening of any data anomalies. Immediate action will be taken once any illegal behavior is detected. I apologize. The hotel does not have access. This information is managed by the Bloodhound family. We can only gain access if there's a problem.
Looks like nothing can be found here.
At least we know who to look for next. We can ask the Bloodhound family for information. Thank you for your assistance, Miss Allie. By the way, is Miss Robin doing fine? We are looking forward to her performance.
Fine? What does that mean? Is there something wrong with Miss Robin? The preparations for the Charmony Festival have been proceeding smoothly, so
I mean, she's dead!
I believe she will be able to put on a spectacular show for all of you.
I'm sure.
Himiko, you're doing a terrible job of, like, being convincing. Shut up. Oh my god.
Sure enough, no one knows about Miss Robin. I'm not surprised. But that Miss Firefly is truly mysterious. There's no information on her in the hotel system. Even if she's a stowaway, she should have a disguised identity after entering the planet. She's also in the running for the legacy. How is she going to sneak into the dreamscape unnoticed?
Sam.
Is there any other way to enter a dream? Besides the hotel room's dream pool?
The Memo Keepers have abilities that are difficult for normal people to comprehend. In the memory zone of Penacony, they thrive effortlessly. A fact proven to us by Black Swan.
I'm pretty sure I selected the Stellaron point. Why even... Star Rail. Okay, nope. This is bad. Don't start doing this with what Genshin does all the time, alright? When we select an option in this game, yes, it's an illusion of choice, I get it, but don't do it so egregiously like Genshin does, okay? That is terrible. I said the Stellaron under, she immediately starts talking about Black Swan, then goes to the Stellaron answer. Why even have me make a selection? Just stop. Just remove it. Because here's the thing. Your illusion of choice is not an illusion. There is no choice. You're not even making the the illusion doesn't exist. There's no illusion. I'm not being convinced that I'm actually making a choice. It's the exact opposite. You're literally telling me that my choice doesn't matter. That's literally what you do. Stop it. Stop it. You do so well in certain aspects of that sort of illusion of choice kind of situation, like the idea that you could just walk away from the quest and the game, logs out because, well, you're not going to finish the quest. That's good. That's a good illusion of choice. It's I'm going to take the option. You took it. It's not really going to matter, but you can go see that avenue. Now get back to the main quest. That is good. That is good. This is bad. Very bad. Don't do this. It's terrible.
The Garden of Recollection and the Stellaron Hunters. Both are possible, but what about the IPC? Since they want Penacony all for themselves, they're bound to have a plan.
Who are you guys?
The Bravo team has arrived at their designated position, ready to execute armed evacuation operation. Boss, get moving!
Armed evacuation? Boss, are you drunk?
I just realized this dude has a tie. I didn't realize these things have ties. They all have ties. How did I not notice that before?
What do you know? It's more efficient this way. Just don't let the director find out. Act first.
Is this the same dude from the Topaz quest?
Help me! I spent all my year-end bonus on the snowball. I don't want my name on the department's major disciplinary notice.
Hey, check it out. That place.
It is. It literally is the same dudes from Bellabog. What if that means Topaz is here?
The IPC will be conducting special operations within the hotel. Please follow the staff in charge of evacuation to the designated safe zones or compulsory.
I'm surprised these guys didn't get fired. How did they get to Penacony?
I'll request a beating for you lot. You've been told not to drink
Topaz.
during work hours.
I managed to beat a mission I was struggling with, not the main one I was asking about, the Lando companion mission with the team you suggest and the relic changes that I could do. Thanks so much, Agito. Awesome. That's absolutely great. Then I'm so glad that that I was actually able to help you out with completing other missions. Fantastic. That's actually good. It's always good to hear my advice actually worked. Because you guys ask me for advice and I answer being like, maybe this will work. If it does, cool. If it didn't, shit. Best girl has arrived. I don't know about that.
Take him back to the hotel room. I'll organize a meeting later to properly go over how this incident report should be written.
Damn.
Miss Topaz? I never thought I'd run into
I mean,
you
she's
on
hot.
Penacony.
What?
Long time no see, Astral Express crew. Aventurine has told me a lot about your happenings. Huh? It's fine. Do as they ask and try to avoid any conflicts with the family. Report to me before taking any action. Yes, all right. As you see, the IPC isn't very popular here on Penacony.
It's working well.
Reality from the family is a mere facade. The former frontier prison has turned around and cuffed its shackles on the IPC staff now. Only Aventurine, who carries an invitation, is allowed to attend the banquet. An entourage like us, we can only sit around in the reality hotel, unauthorized to even enter dreams.
No wonder Aventurine's scrambling to partner up with someone. The IPC can't back him up in the dreamscape.
His situation isn't optimistic, I hear. You're all helping to investigate some dirt on the family, are you not? Let me know if you need anything outside the dreamscape. The IPC always treats its partners well.
Thank you, Miss Topaz. We're on our way to the Hounds to verify some intel. Perhaps you've had dealings with them?
Is Himiko's voice seem different? Like, I'm sure it's still the same voice actors, but it seems deeper? Is it just me? But, like, throughout this whole quest, I've been thinking it. Every time she talks, I'm like, she sounds different.
Yep. They're tailing us right now. Why not go and talk to them? They don't take the spotlight off me. Being constantly stared at is really uncomfortable.
Maybe it's just me, but I don't know. It sounds different. You'll be switched to Trailblazer. That kind of thought in the deep recesses of my mind. Okay, well, I pulled it out of there.
How does it feel to be in business with Aventurine? I bet you're not used to it. That's just his style. Ball or nothing is his mantra. He's always cozying up to his clients while egging them on to
Yeah, I don't know. It's just something I notice.
Aventurine's luck has always been good. He's always closed all his cases without a hitch and basically never lost a gamble. Which is why, on the issue of retaking Penacony, I'm watching with keen interest. As for the 2 cases, apologies, but I don't have...
Let's see if we hear her voice again here. Probably will.
We're carrying out our captain's orders. What do you want?
We should be polite.
We made a mistake last time, and we're working hard to rectify it now. We don't have time for anything else. Surveilling the IPC executive process, ensuring that she stays put at the Reverie Hotel during her time on Penacony. We've got the right one this time.
So that's it. They were the pair who were after Firefly at the time.
It's you again. Back for more trouble? We're not afraid of you this time.
Well, spit it out. Stop bothering us if you've nothing important.
So you know each other. Why do you keep running into people you've beaten up before?
This is literally the first time that's happened. Shut the fuck up, March. Seriously. Stop talking. You've had very few lines in this quest, and that was fine. You can stop talking, please.
That's right. We're investigating a murder for the family. Can we speak to your captain about the case?
Well...
Hey! The security officer instructed everyone to shut their traps before he returned from Dream's Edge. What murder? You'd better stop spouting nonsense.
That's right. We have nothing to report. Please leave.
Looks like they're not going to cooperate. But they did at least tell us that the captain is at Dream's Edge.
Yeah, it sounds lower, like a lower register.
It's probably Gallagher, the one he mentioned, right?
Like, if I didn't know any better, I was going to sound... Like, this is totally baseless, and I don't want anybody to take this out of context, but I have to say it. It almost sounds AI generated. Himiko's voice right now sounds deeper than it usually does, and there's this lit to it that makes me think it's almost AI generated. Maybe it's just my ears, maybe it's just me, but that's what it feels like. Also, the music is way too loud. I'll bring that down a little bit. Now that's a crazy claim, obviously. I'm not saying it is. It just, to me, it just sounds lower register. Yeah, that's a hefty speculation. That's me going like full fucking like ham on the speculation there. But it definitely sounds different. Which is weird. How much more of this quest do I have, guys?
Such tight security. I bet they're stumped by the case as well. Gallagher. Gallagher. Where could he be?
Maybe half. Okay. I may need to stop here for now. I think this is a good stopping point. before we get any further. And then continue this at a later, probably tomorrow actually is what I'll do. I'll probably stream this tomorrow. So right here is going to be the end of this half, and we'll get the other half later. So if you're watching this on YouTube later, stay tuned for that. And I'll catch you later.